Good day, folks, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. I'm your host, Neil Johnson, and you are going to absolutely love this video because CNN takes down Kamala Harris. That's right, I said it. CNN takes down Kamala Harris. And it's wild because you saw for such a long time she would not come out with any policy positions on her website. And now, lo and behold, she has actually come out with them. She has developed policy. That's right, Kamala Harris has now developed policy. But the interesting thing is if you compare that with her policy positions that she has always had, it's a little different.
Tonight, Kamala Harris releasing details of her policy positions for the first time on her campaign website. A K-File investigation has uncovered, meantime, a 2019 questionnaire. And in this questionnaire, Harris laid out some much more liberal stances, among them on immigration. So in 2019, in what K-File found, she said she would cut funding to ICE, writing, quote, "Our immigrant detention system is out of control, and I believe we must end the unfair incarceration of thousands of individuals, families, and children. I was one of the first senators after President Trump was elected to advocate for a decrease in funding to ICE."
So now you have to ask yourself the question, since she was for defunding ICE before she's now touting, "I'm tough on immigration," after she was the border czar, that's right, the person in charge of the border, talking about how tough she is, featuring Trump's wall in her ads. Has she really changed, or is she just lying to secure votes as Haitian immigrants eat ducks, geese, cats, dogs, and people are waking up to the horrors of unchecked, unvetted, illegal immigrants coming into our nation en masse?
Well, now, of course, she's touting the Biden administration's executive order to crack down on the border. K-File's Andrew Kaczynski joins me now. Andrew, that's pretty incredible on its own when you're talking about what you found here on ICE. What else did you find?
Yeah, and this was a questionnaire that she filled out for the ACLU. And
wow, so take into consideration, folks, the ACLU, I mean the left of the left. And so she has to answer this questionnaire, and she wants their support because she needs this hardline leftist support. And so she comes out and says, "Oh yeah, I'm going to let the border be wide open. In fact, I think we should get rid of ICE and all this." And now she's running for president, and that position is very unpopular. How can you tell when Kamala Harris is lying? Well, when her lips are moving.
This questionnaire is really an interesting snapshot in time of that 2019 Democratic primary. Kamala Harris was trying to get to the left of Bernie Sanders. She was trying to get to the left of Elizabeth Warren, and you really see that in a lot of these answers. And I want to walk our viewers through a little bit of what she said. Let's just take immigration and look at what she said here. She said on immigration, she made this open-ended pledge to end immigrant detention. She said she supported taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for detained migrants. She also said she supported
taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for detained migrants. She actually said she supported that.
She both wrote and answered in the affirmative when she was asked this. Oh. And she said she also supported it for federal prisoners. Now, she also pledged to slash immigration detention by 50%, close all family and private facilities, and decrease funding for ICE, and then the end ICE detainers with local law enforcement.
I mean, these are things that, you know, it would be hard to think that you would come up with taxpayer funding gender transitions for detained migrants, and yet this, as you say, written and verbally.
Again, think of the absurdity of this. She is literally taking the position that you, as the American taxpayer, should not only pay for gender transition surgeries, but you should pay for gender transition surgeries of illegals. And she not only said it verbally, she said it verbally, and also she wrote it down. This is her position. She can try and run away from it now, but don't think for a second she's moderating this.
You know, what else, you know, did you find?
Well, let's take a look at her answer here on drugs. She got asked about the question from the ACLU was, since drug use is better addressed as a public health issue through treatment and other programming, will you support the decriminalization at the federal level of all drug possession for personal use? And Harris answers yes. Now, what would that mean? Well, it mean the federal all drug possession. That's not just marijuana, which she alluded to in her answer to this question, but it also would mean
it's federal level of all drug possession,
fentanyl, crack,
use.
Cocaine, things like that. Yeah.
This is a stupid position. legalizing all drugs. In fact, think about this. Right now we have a gang problem, right, with drugs. And people say, well, then the gang problem will go away. No, we'll just have government gangsters. Do you see what the FDA has recently done? And who is working for the FDA? I mean, are you guys aware of all this? And now we should just decriminalize it and then the government will regulate it for you. I mean, we don't need more doped out people.
They responded to you on her changes on these issues.
So we did put this question to the Harris campaign about the entire ACLU questionnaire, and the Harris campaign didn't answer any questions from CNN. Instead, they just provided a statement from an unnamed Harris campaign advisor that just said the vice president's positions have been shaped by 3 years of effective governance as part of the Biden-Harris administration. Now, they declined to CNN to elaborate on what those positions were. And then they also provided this statement, which they attributed to a spokesperson saying, as president, she will take that same pragmatic approach, focusing on common sense solutions for the sake of progress. So where does she stand on this, all this questionnaire today? We don't know, and they won't say.
It's pretty incredible stuff. And thank you very much, Andrew K-File, for this reporting.
I mean, how bad is it when you're a Democrat candidate and you can't even answer questions from CNN? This is how pathetic she is as a candidate. Can you imagine when she went into negotiations with a world leader who actually had the ability to, throw tough things at her, and she can't answer questions from CNN? Is this really who people want running the country? And she talks about the Biden-Harris effective governance team. You mean when they had the border wide open and we had more gotaways and more encounters than in any other administration? This is crazy. And I mean, effective? This is nuts. People, share this out, man. Short time to the election. We got to win this one. And go check out mypillow.com/lumberjack for big savings. The $25 extravaganza is going on right now. And you can still get free shipping on orders over $75. See you on the next episode. Remember to subscribe if you're new. Peace out.